Hi, I'm Diane Marie Collins, and you have entered the DM Zone. Today my guest is Greg McHuron, artist, and welcome.
Thank you. It's nice meeting you.
Nice having you here with me.
Thank you.
Tell me about your art, just briefly.
Well, I don't know exactly where you want it. Virtually, my mother said I started when I was 3 years old, and I have virtually done everything since I was 3. And I went professional in 1975 and made a living as an artist.
You've been at it a long time.
That's correct.
You paint?
Yes, and I sculpt. I paint both in oil and watercolor. But I also like to sculpt primarily in yellow and red cedar.
So you sculpt wood, you paint in watercolor, which is a totally different medium, and then you also do oil, is that correct?
That's correct.
My goodness, a triple threat.
Well, what you have to be careful of when you're starting to learn, when you're early on, you should try everything. But then you should go and do something long enough that you not master it, but you get very good at it. And that way you can change to a different medium. And too many people go way out in too broad an area and do too many different things. And so you have to learn enough to be able to broaden your scope.
What is your favorite medium then? What would you say?
What I'm trying to do is paint my emotional response to what I'm seeing. So sometimes it has to do with oil, sometimes it has to do with watercolor.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So, and I'm a plein air painter, which means I generally paint on site.
That's right.
And so I'm trying to relate my emotional response to what I'm seeing rather than do a photographic representation.
And so are you doing all landscapes? Do you do portraits, or do you do both?
I do mostly landscape with wildlife. I do a combination of wildlife. I do boats, I do the ocean, I do a wide variety of things, but I very seldom do portraits.
Okay.
I think that's a tool that so many artists have that I don't have. I do models in my studio every Tuesday, but what I'm trying to do is do a historical button blanket dances from the Northwest Indians, the Tlingit and Haida. And I was invited a number of years ago to a potlatch and got to see that under the big house lights. And it's spectacular. And I have to try to relearn how to do the human body underneath in order to do the blankets over the top.
Yeah, you do. That's correct. You have to have that anatomy basis in order to get the movement and
That's
the flow.
correct. But it also allows me the opportunity to have between 8 and 12 other artists in my studio. There's a lot of talking that goes on and back and forth, but we do that every Tuesday all winter long.
That's wonderful. Now that's what you're kind of leading me into my next question about the WAA. You're a new member, or have you
Brand
been?
new.
Okay, okay. And what does that membership mean in being here at this show and sale?
Well, I think it's a wonderful opportunity, and I think anytime an artist gets an opportunity to show at a museum or actually show with a group of fellow artists that are doing very wonderful work, I think I would take the opportunity in a hurry. And Ed really invited me and called me, and I thought it was a wonderful opportunity, so you know, I'm taking the chance and we'll see where we go.
Oh, it sounds great. And if someone loves your work, which I've seen it and it is fabulous, how do they reach you?
Well, you can either reach me on the computer or call me at home, but my McHuronstudio.com will get you on my website. www.mchuronstudio.com. Yes.
All right.
And the other way would be just to give me a call at the 307-733-6210.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful.
Be happy to.
I will make sure that we get that information out. Thank you for stopping by and visiting with me.
I enjoyed it very much.
You're great. Stay there.
You.
You have been in the DM Zone. Come back soon.